News Voice is the world's first mobile app that helps you track where your news is coming from. News Voice helps you track what corporate interests might be influencing the narratives in the news you read every day. Arm yourself against corporate media monopolies by downloading the News Voice app for free using the link right underneath this video. Let's see. Let's go to our caller from the 774, who I have noted as a woman from Massachusetts or Rhode Island. Does that make sense? 774. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, is it me?
That is exactly you. What was your name? For some reason, we didn't get it last time.
Jen.
Jen. Okay. What's on your mind, Jen?
Yeah. I was living on the border, so I still have a Mass number, but I'm actually in Providence now.
Okay, that's allowed. Now, Jen,
yeah,
you're coming in so hot. Please try to keep the phone just a little further from your mouth, and we'll be able to hear you much more perfectly.
All right, is this better?
Oh my God, that's so much better. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So do you know anyone who worked for the census this year as an enumerator or anything?
Not personally, but I've had them come to my house.
Okay, so I did. I was an enumerator for 3 weeks, and there might be some cause for concern coming up in the next 10 years with the results, because this was a complete mess.
Yes.
I did it 10 years ago, and of course it was a much, different political climate than what it is now.
Right.
But this was horrible. They tried a completely new system. They tried doing it all by smartphone, and it was constantly giving us errors. It would just drop us from time to time. It would send us to completely wrong neighborhoods. And there were just a lot of people who did not want to be counted, or people who you would answer the door and they would be crying, finding out a family member just got COVID.
Oh my God.
You were coming face to face with the virus and like, oh crap, did they have it? Did they breathe on me? Things like that.
Now,
so
let me ask you this, Jen.
Jen,
let me ask you this. When someone didn't want to be counted, what was their explanation? What did they say?
A lot of times they would lie and claim they did it online or sent it through their mail. The mail I can understand with what's going on, but if they did it online, it would have been coming up. A few people did get flat out aggressive and said they don't want Trump knowing their business, that they don't think we need to know. Also,
wow.
Providence is a very ethnically diverse area, a lot of Hispanic residents, and they thought that citizenship question was still going to be on there.
Right.
So they were terrified that we were going to start asking them about that, and they didn't know that didn't pass. So a lot of times they were not even answering the door.
That's interesting, because I previously said once the citizenship question was thrown out that the damage may well have been done merely by proposing it, and that it may not even get to people that it was thrown out. And it sounds like you're saying that's exactly what happened.
Yes. We definitely had the repercussions of that. As soon as they talked about it, I just thought, oh, man, I wanted to do it this year. It's going to be a mess. And it was even worse than what we expected.
Do you think that you received adequate training for doing this during a pandemic, or were you just kind of thrown to the wolves?
We were pretty much thrown to the wolves because they couldn't really do any in-person training. They had a few online videos they had us watch.
Wow.
But for the most part, the phone system would kind of walk you through it. But when it was constantly just kind of tripping over itself, it was just causing more and more problems. And at one point, they just started dropping people because we had too many do not answers and things like that, where they're like, yeah, your assigned neighborhoods have gone stale. We have no more need for you. Goodbye.
Well, I wish I could say
$190.
I wish I could say what you were telling me was surprising, but we've been talking about this for the last 4 years, that this is exactly how the census was going to go. And Jen, it sounds like it's going exactly that poorly.
Yeah, so there's going to be some bad blowout from it in the next few years, all the results, because there's going to be representatives that we're not going to get, schools that we don't get here, all because, all these tens of thousands of people who were not counted. Right.
All right, Jen, thank you. Thank you for letting us know what's going on. I wish you had better news.
Yeah, thank you, David. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Take care. There's Jen from the epicenter of the border between Massachusetts and Rhode Island.